I did a university degree. I did it, but it was in teaching. But it was teaching music and drama, secondary, and left that and thought, oh, don't know if I can do that, and joined a band. And meantime, my now wife, she was my girlfriend then, she found an ad in the paper for a show called Recovery, and sent my resume in. Forgot to tell me. However, they called me. They thought it was funny. It was a pretty crap resume. I had pencil markings all over it. I was trying to get a job at a toy shop, World for Kids, which I got. Yay. And then I got Recovery as well, accidentally. Yay. Possibly because of my teaching degree training. I think that would have helped, but also because I've got a genuine love of music, and it was a music television show, and just seemed to work, and then I just haven't been sacked since. Well, no, obviously it's still a job. I turn up every day, but this job, I'm very blessed and fortunate that it's a job which is full of everything I love. It's full of music and communication, and you know, even operating a machine like this desk, which you can't see. It's I dig it. I think it's part of what I like. I like being in control, and you know, and I like being informed about music, and this job forces me to stay informed, and you know, I think I've got good research skills, you know, which you know, it helped going to uni for that as well, but I probably had a bit of it anyway. So it combines everything that I dig, and the main passion, which has always been there, is music, playing, performing, writing, listening, commenting on, just in it. I just love it. I've just followed my passions, followed my dreams, and every time I'm in a job, given it my all. I do proper research. I do turn up on time and every day. I do care about it and love it, and I want it to be good. I don't, you know. So, you know, when I did Recovery, I put my all in, and that was jumping in the deep end. That was 3 hours live television every week, and I hadn't done TV before. I'd stood in front of the kids and sort of taught them, and that's about it. So that was weird to start in that position. From then on, it's all been a bit easier than that, because it wasn't live and it wasn't 3 hours and it wasn't my first gig. But I have every single job put my all in, and you know, that led naturally to the next job that I did, which is called the 10:30 slot. It's a nighttime version of Recovery. Then I got picked up by Channel 10 because the 10:30 slot finished, and so that seemed easy at the time, but in retrospect it was lucky that there was a producer there wanting to do a show at that time when this show was finishing, you know. And those shows, Recovery and 10:30 slot, had to finish because they just had no money left at the ABC. So that was sad that they finished, but then it opened up a new door into commercial world. So I was accepted into the commercial TV land, and after, you know, and then there was a few other little bits and pieces that came up, Celebrity Big Brother, which just sort of happened. But then there was a big break. There was a break for a while where I thought, oh, maybe, and there was no jobs, and you know, a little bit of MC or corporate work, but when you're not on air, the MC and corporate stuff falls away as well. It's like when you're on, everyone wants a little piece, but when you're not, it can really drop away. So there was a year or so when I didn't really have any jobs, and then, you know, my wife and I thought, let's go and live in London. So we did that for a couple of years, and I won pretty much one job when we were in London, and that was back here. So I had to fly back and do one job, Celebrity Circus, and then but then I was knocking on Nova's door. I wanted to do radio. I'd had a little stint on Triple J and little goes on PBS and stuff in Melbourne. But Nova opened their door when I got back from overseas, which was awesome. And here for 3 years, and then at the end of last year, Video Hits knocked on my door. So now I'm in a grouse place. I've got radio, which I've always wanted to do since I was at school, and TV, which I accidentally got into, but I've loved since I started it. Both of them married beautifully in this awesome career that I get to do at the moment. The roles I've got, I mean, my career roles, there's radio obviously, which is where we are here at Nova, but there's also television, working for Channel 10, and then there's other roles which spin off that. There's MC work, and I sing in a man choir, and so that does things as well. And so, but they're all very similar, and they all move in similar circles. And researching music for radio or for interviews on radio is the same as researching for TV. They are different kinds of interviews when I write them down, but the research is the same, and performing music, it's all sort of similar things. So yes, I can maintain a balance amongst them all because it's all in a similar place in my head.
Cool.
I'm not the advice giving kind of dude, but having been asked a question by you just then, I'll think of something. I know. You should love it. That really helps. If your heart's not in it, it's really hard to turn up to work and to do a good job. In any profession. I'm lucky, I love this. Sometimes there's bits that I might not completely adore. It's amazing. I have an amazing opportunity in that I can travel for my work, which is awesome. I just got back from London for a couple of weeks for work, but I miss my family when that happens. So that's what I don't dig missing my family. I do dig the travel, but because I love the work, my family supports me. I can do it, So I don't want to sound ungrateful. It's awesome that I get to travel, but my daughter's just small and cute. Stevie Wonder, because I love him anyway, and it was a crazy week. I remember I was giving up cigarettes, and I went to Dalesford to do it, and I was there and bumped into a producer from Recovery, and she's like, "Oh, that's fortuitous that we've bumped into each other, because I was wondering if you wanted to interview Stevie Wonder tomorrow." And I'm like, okay. And I went back to the hotel I was staying at. It's called the Continental, and they've got a record collection downstairs, and I just went down there and listened to Stevie. I already loved him anyway, but I just thought, oh God, I've got to imbue my head with knowledge and songs. We didn't have internet back then, so I had to actually just think and listen and come up with questions that way. So did all that, then got half an hour with Stevie the very next day. I had a patch because I was giving up the cigarettes, and so I was nervous and I was sweating, but he just made me feel so comfortable. He was just so gorgeous and lovely. He had an entourage of about 30 dudes around him. One of them was called Love, and at one stage he goes, "Love, will you get my harmonica? The big one, will you get my harmonica?" And Love went away and came back with her, and we jammed, we hugged, and he gagged. Like, his first thing he said was, "Dude, what is it with your purple hair? He can't see my hair." And yet he gagged. It was cool. And half an hour with him, and it was just gorgeous. And I pretty much retired after that. I'm just do this as a hobby now. That was the pinnacle.